All right, we got the count in.
Yeah, no click. Okay, this is Spark and Plug Talks. This is another episode, another number I've yet to remember. One day I'll remember which episode this is, but I say, how many times have I said that now, Aaron?
Every single episode.
And I never remember.
We'll say episode 12.
Okay, that sounds right.
We'll go with that.
Yeah. Yeah, and we have a couple absolutely fantastic guests with us today, and it's just a pleasure to bring new people into the studio, and these have been some of the best. First, I'd like to introduce Miss Priscilla. She played some keys for us on Mr. Tom Diamond's song that we just listened to here recently, just performed for us. And
Tom's got a whole mini bar of vapes right now.
I told you I'm bougie, man. I'm bougie.
But it's been, thank you guys so much. Let's give them a round of applause for that one. Yes, thank you guys for coming in. Thanks for making the drive out here. And this has been the first, Priscilla was, I think, the first person that really emphasized how far, I always tell people, it's good you came out the first time because the next time you come out, you'll be like, I know where I'm going now. And it's not like, where the fuck am I going? But
this is where people come to die.
She was the first person.
Yeah,
she was the first person.
Make note of her driver over here. Probably whoop all three of our asses if he wanted to. Good call on the driver.
It's like a.
That's the point.
That's what, and the T-shirt. I knew I liked him when I read the T-shirt. I'm like, I like you, man. You're cool.
Yeah. It's like Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
right?
Yeah. Oklahoma Weed Eater Massacre. We'll go with
that.
that.
Weed Eater, just hitting your shins a whole lot.
Yeah, you're ow, fuck, shit.
Yeah, perfect. Well, Priscilla, you just met Tom.
Yeah.
And pretty recently, and I mean, Tom's got a lore that could fill out a couple.
We'll get into all that.
A couple George R. Martin sized books.
We'll be here for
a whole
minute.
HBO series. Yeah.
We're going to Netflix series this shit up.
Hey,
cut it out after an hour and a half.
Get her did.
Yeah.
Episode 2 coming next week.
I just want to ask Priscilla a couple questions, and I know she's got a couple angsty kids that don't want to be cooped up in our studio for the next couple hours, so we won't keep her trapped
Mom,
here.
What is this place?
We won't keep her trapt here, having to go to the murder bathroom.
I will say we've never had a Paw Patrol on our studio TV before, so that's a first.
Firsts are always good.
I do have a confession to make that I don't think a pipe is connected somewhere in the bathroom. So
hey, we were just talking
about
that.
The same time.
We were just saying.
And I was like, I will say nothing.
Yeah, it's
I was
good.
never here.
You know what? It's almost more awkward if they're like, hey, there's water that came out on the floor or what, because then we're like, oh shit. But it's better that we just discover it later.
The murder bathroom is low on the totem pole to-do list shit around here.
Yeah, you can use it, so what more do you need? You know what I mean?
You know,
clean it.
It's running water.
Yeah.
Just use it as a bidet.
Exactly. Perfection. Well, Priscilla, why don't you just dive in just briefly about what you got going on? How'd you meet Tom, and just kind of where you're coming from musically, all that good stuff.
Sure.
Just a little overview. I won't make you give the whole bio, but
okay, good deal. So we just met probably 6 weeks ago. I bet.
Yeah.
Was the competition.
I'm gonna Joe Rogan you here. Can you hold that up to your face?
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
You're good.
The shame.
If you wanna
It's just in my face.
I know. Fuck. I'm sorry.
If you want to get technical, today's the first day we've actually met. We saw each other for the first time 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because I was a judge and we couldn't talk.
And that thing, I mean, we got there, and I brought the kids with me because I thought I would just be in and out. And 5 hours later, kids are like freaking out, and I'm just ready to play and leave. I'm like, I don't know why I'm here. I was mad. But we left, and you reached out, and he started talking about what he's into, and he'd love to get me on something. And I was like, I mean, what's the point? Like, who is
this weird guy reaching out to? Yeah, what the?
I don't really know. Who are you? I thought it was a spam. Most of them are. So I was like, nah, delete.
Yeah, Tom Diamond's a pretty sus name.
It really is. It really is.
With Dark Horse.
Yeah.
But it's all good. So and coming out here was a good time. Before this, I'm out in Enid right now for training, and the building next to where I work is actually a chapel. So I would always stressed out, go and bang on the keys and sing because church people, what are they going to do? Kick me out?
Yeah. They're going to passive aggressively ask you to leave. Yeah, come on.
No, they're going to offer you chicken or something. But so they had a local pastor calling around looking for a musician because they needed someone. So while I've been working and in school, I've been the contracted worship leader for a church out there for 2 years. And then I needed to find more musicians, so I put out an ad, just trying to get a lead guitarist in this and third. So I started playing with some other bands this year.
Did that work out good, that putting out that ad? Or did you get a bunch
I did get a bunch. But lessons learned. I am now playing alone again. Yeah. And I'm not mad about it.
We've been there.
So, at first I was like not so sure, but I'm very comfortable just doing things myself right now. And eventually I'll get back out there and get more musicians. But right now we're just going to take a breather because that led to me playing probably 3-4 shows a week.
Wow.
After school and kids and
you get
work.
burned out fast.
Quick, dude.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, I love just playing with anybody, anywhere, but, I'm really tired of doing covers and just tired of certain. So before that, I was a contracted musician for the military base out in Virginia for 8 years. So, I grew up, born, raised playing music, primarily in churches, and then just music goes everywhere I go. That's one thing that never leaves you.
Yeah. Well, you absolutely shredded on keys. I actually really liked the first ones where you're feeling, because it was just going crazy, man. That was awesome.
But then I heard it, I was like, okay, this is an overkill. Chill out.
I wanted some of
to be heard.
I wanted some of that Huey Lewis in the news, that the huge big synths.
We almost had to tell Tom to stop playing so we can let you play. Right?
I was trying to not. I kept remembering this is his, not mine. Calm down.
I think wasn't there one take I even said I just got lost listening to the keys and I wrote the damn song and forgot what I was supposed to do next. I just wanted to listen to her play.
That's a good problem to have, though.
I'm not mad about it. So thank you.
Exactly.
I'll jump in and say this about her. I've been in music for a minute, and I'll just put it that way. We'll get into that later. It's rare that I hear anybody play and sing that it makes me stop and really listen.
Extremely talented.
Extremely talented. Like, is that the
course.
radio? And you guys are going to eventually meet another performer of mine. His name's Dustin. And Dustin was the only person that had ever gave me goosebumps. I made the comment before the competition that I was a judge on when I met Priscilla that no one would ever get a perfect score from me because nobody's that damn good.
You shouldn't have said that.
This woman made me, she gave me goosebumps, she made me physically cry both songs that she did because she takes her soul and drags it across those keys and shoves it in that microphone, and you can't fake that. So I had to do something.
You hurt Tom.
with her.
Yeah.
That's where it's at.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Slow clap, baby. Hell yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, Priscilla, we won't keep you here any longer. Like I said, don't want to hold you hostage, anything like that. Don't want to bust another pipe in the murder bathroom.
Is it still running?
I turned it off.
All that to be said, so is she your first artist on Dark Horse?
Priscilla is the first person I offered a record deal to for my label, Dark Horse Records.
And that's, we just want to highlight that. We want to highlight how awesome it is to have Priscilla out here. She's absolutely killed it. Playing, you guys will watch the video, we'll watch the Spark and Plug episode, and you'll be like, oh, nice, this is pretty good. Like, they literally played this, 6 or 7 times? Mm-hmm. And they got that's got to say a ton about the musicianship of both people. So we just want to we'll give props to both of them.
That's awesome.
We don't want to give too many props to Tom because his head's already huge.
It's big enough. He never shuts up.
I don't. It's a good thing there's a garage door in the front of the studio. Or I'd
he
never
doesn't
get
have
in
headphones
here.
on right now. He has 2 speakers taped to his head.
I do.
like Keith Moon. Yep. The duct tape around the head.
That's funny.
All right.
That's good
Okay.
stuff.
Thank you for coming out, Priscilla. Thank you so much. Thanks
you.
for bringing the
It was nice
fam out.
meeting y'all.
Hopefully, if we've got some keyboard work or something like that, we'll contact you for some freelance stuff. And also, I hope you come out here and record again.
100%.
That would be
Would
awesome.
love to. This was a good
Before
time.
you get shipped off somewhere else.
I know. Well, they're trying to permanently place me here now. So it's
Oh,
hang on.
there you go.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Here, let me navigate you out of here. I got
Okay.
All right, we're back.
Okay.
We saw Priscilla out the door. And
Yeah. And once again, thanks to her. Thanks to Justin for coming out, and thanks to the kiddos for hanging on. Appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot.
I'm very much looking forward to her coming in the studio to do an EP.
Yeah, so are
really
we.
am.
Oh, yeah,
I
totally.
really am.
She's God, she's a
professional.
killer. She's a killer keys player, man. Killer keys player. But Tom, let's
Hell yeah, dude. You look
dig in.
like fucking.
Walter Cronkite.
Nah, man. I was gonna say Alex Jones.
Ah, okay. Well, I'll take that. I'll take that.
That's not
Whatever.
bad. Not bad.
You gotta get really aggressive.
I'm a warrior of God, and you will listen to me. You hear me? I'm coming down hard.
Throw the freaking frogs gay. You fucking fucker.
Anyways, the goddamn son of a bitch. Tom, I got to figure out something, man.
Yeah.
So, give me the Tom Diamond bio up till like 1990.
Till 1990.
Yeah, before you started digging into the music.
Up until about 1990, musically, okay.
What'd you grow up listening to? What
Buck Owens.
No.
Oh,
I actually hated country music when I first moved to Oklahoma. Hated it.
where'd you move from?
Eastern Kentucky.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Eastern Kentucky.
Oh, I see why you moved.
Yeah, I think I
Just
said
kidding.
I said earlier, and I'm from there, so I can talk shit about it.
Heard that.
I said people ask me about leaving Eastern Kentucky. What's up with that? And I said, well, I got old enough to figure out what girls were all about. And none of my cousins were that good looking except this one. She was an asshole, so I left.
Heard that.
Sorry, Idris. No,
Oh, shit.
Name dropped.
yeah, I did. She'll never hear this anyway. She's too snooty to ever listen to anything I do. But anyhow, I digress. Musically, middle school, they had they were going to have a meeting in the lunchroom to see if you were interested in band. Well, if you were interested in band, you got to skip a class. I didn't give two shits about band. I wanted to skip a class, but Mama had to come to the meeting too. So Mama comes to the meeting, and we're sitting there, and I made the mistake of actually paying attention and getting interested to what the man was saying. And
Worst and best mistake of your life.
yeah, it actually was. So the meeting's over, and we're going up and looking at all the instruments, and Mom says, well, which one do you want? And I said, I want to learn the saxophone. Well, that was the most expensive damn thing up there, other than like a tuba or some shit, which they didn't even bring. And a little alto saxophone. And she looked at me and she says, why? And I, honest to God, said, because it looks like the hardest to learn. And I meant it when I said it. Like, I want to do this? All right, I want that.
TD don't back down from no challenge.
Hell no. Hell no.
Got that dog in him.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh shit. That's the first time anybody's ever gotten in on that. Hell yeah. Yeah. Props to you, Tom.
Yeah,
Fucking
hell
A.
yeah, man. Yeah, so you got a So she get the saxophone for you?
Yeah, she got me the saxophone, and living in Eastern Kentucky, there wasn't any internet yet. We didn't have cable TV.
Probably not a lot of jazz bands either.
There wasn't a whole lot of shit going on.
And what year is this?
Give me a second to do some math. Late 70s? Late 70s. Yeah, it'd be pre-80. I
So
graduated.
there was not a lot of going on in rural Eastern Kentucky.
No. So, and I never was first chair. It was a county high school. My class, if I would have stayed there, would have been graduating 700 and some odd people. So the band was pretty big.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a pretty big class.
Yeah.
Pretty big school.
So,
It was a whole county.
yeah, it's a whole county. But we'd go to all these competitions and stuff, and I was never first chair, and I never won the sight reading, but I was always in the top 5. And the saxophone's the only instrument, even to this day, and I hope I can get this back, that I could sit out on the hill in the grass with that saxophone, and if I heard it in my head, it came out of that horn without me having to think about it. I could improvise out of my head all day with that thing.
That's cool, man.
So once I got to that skill level on the saxophone where it became pleasant to play and not work, not a chore.
Which took how long, you think? Probably 5 or 6 years?
No.
Couple years?
I played saxophone. I'd say it took
week.
me, no, it ain't that, no. 3 years. In three years, by the time we moved to Oklahoma, I was almost bored with the alto, so I switched to bari sax because I was the only one that could play it. And then I started playing bass in the show band in high school, bass guitar. And then my senior year, I had so many credits back then because we went from a class of 700 and some. I would have graduated to the class of Hinton, Oklahoma in 1985 was 32, by God. And that's the biggest class they'd had to do at that day.
Yep. Can relate to that one.
So, my fuck it started hanging out when I got to Hinton, Oklahoma. I'm not going to lie, it did, because I had to take Algebra 1 twice because it was the highest math class that they had, and I'd already had it before I got to Oklahoma. But so my senior year of high school, and you can't do this anymore, but back in the good old days, senior year of high school, I had so many credits, I only had to go to school half a day my entire senior year. And I took auto shop, which was a 3-hour class. I had to take one more class before I went home for the day. I picked choir as a blow-off class. Me and initially 3 other guys, maybe. There was me, Brian Rachel, and Robert McGill that sat in the back of the class and were the class clowns, the fuck-ups. And I was usually the ringleader. Imagine that. But Miss Challender, I love you, Miss Challender. I know I got a potty mouth, so I apologize if you ever do hear this. But Miss Challender, I think to this day, I haven't asked her, but I'm going to the next time I see her since everything is going on. I believe she gave me a solo in the musical we were going to do 2 months before graduation called American Pop. And she gave me the solo Only You. Only You. Well, we were practicing, and I mean, I sung to the radio when I was a little kid, Delta Dawn. I mean, the shit that all kids do. And it never really clicked. And when I first started singing, practicing for that, I could sing, but I couldn't sing. That makes sense. And it was, there was a bunch of kids. It was one of the last practices before we were going to do the show. The stage was actually in a pseudo basketball court building, a multi-purpose building. And there's a class going on. And I don't remember what had happened, but I remember that when I got up to do the solo, I was pissed about something. And this time, I just let it fly. I mean, you run the monitor today, and I was very contained today compared to usually.
No, you can project. I found that out.
That was the first time I ever really projected my voice. I'm like, all right, I'm going to do this. Watch this shit.
Got the voice of a town crier, that's for sure.
Well, the first time I let that loose, everything just, that's the first day I thought that I could sing, was when I did that. And I honest to God believe that if I would have known that I could sing like I could sing back then, I wish that musical would have happened my freshman year when I first moved here. My high school experience would have been much different.
Wow. So then you got done. Well, so
then
that kind of piqued your interest more or less in singing and kind of music and.
Well, at that point, I'd already figured out, after I got out of high school, I went to work in the oil field and doing pipelining. And
you were like, maybe I don't want to do this forever.
Well, no, I used music. I used music as a way to not have to spend more than one night in the hotel, no matter what town we were going to be in for a couple of weeks. I got to know the local bands around Oklahoma, and I was a man whore back in the day. I'd check the local listings and who had live music, and chances are, if I didn't know them, all I had to do was buy the band a round of drinks, shoot the shit with them, and sing a little bit with just them around me on a break, and generally speaking, they'd let me up to do a song or two.
Yeah.
Well, you're fresh meat in a meat market in western Oklahoma, you get up and do 2 songs with this band that everybody knows that they don't know you, and you're single. Yeah, I think 2 nights was the record.
Like moths to a flame.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, and honestly, I've talked to a lot of guys, and behind closed doors, a lot of guys will own up to the fact that was, as an adolescent, they were like, yeah, okay then, right on. I may not be that good looking. I may not have a whole lot of money, but my ass can sing and play music. So here we go.
That's all you need.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But after that, I went in the service and got out and went home and went back to work in the oil field and remembered why the hell I went in the service in the first place. So then I joined the Army. And that takes me up to 1993 when I got out of the Army, which is when I wrote my first song ever, Looking for Answers, which is what we recorded today.
Full
Wow,
circle.
man. Yeah.
Nice.
That's crazy, Tom. I mean, just I don't know. It's weird how life works like that.
It's kind of funny that how many guys come in here and record a song that they wrote 30 years ago?
that
I don't think
list is
there's a lot
probably
of
pretty
guys.
slim.
I don't think
Yeah.
there's a lot of guys that come in here that are over the age of 30. So
Not to
fuck
put
you,
that
man.
one on it.
Fuck you. Fuck you. I ain't holding it back no more. Fuck you.
all right, fine, all right. I'll cut this piece out.
Anybody that knows me will know you did, so don't bother.
What'd you? So you came back. You got out of the Army, and then
So I got out of the Army in 1993. I wrote Looking for Answers. My first wife, Jana, wonderful lady.
and a lot of good stuff must have happened, man. Because I got a whole list of awards you got.
I'm going to get you up to that.
Okay.
This is so Jana. When I met Jana, she'd just gotten divorced. She had 2 small kids, Jason and Josh, great boys. Jana and I got married in 3.5 months because she invited her father up from Mineral Wells, Texas, to meet me. And, you have the family dinner and this, that, and the other thing. And then dad kind of looks at the daughter and reaches for his pack of cigarettes and heads to the front door. You know, it's time he was ready to talk to your ass at that point. And Bill Vardaman was, I'm probably exaggerating a little bit, but I swear to God, that man was at least 6'6". He was huge and missing a big chunk of his nose from a car wreck when he was a younger man. He looked like he'd just eat your soul
So
from
you're
across
talking
the
to
room.
Voldemort.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Fucking eating L's for breakfast.
Pretty much. And he was a retired superintendent of schools, so he had that aura about him as well. Very intimidating man. So I go out on the front porch, and he lights a cigarette and takes a draw off of it, and he looks down at me, and he says, "Well, I just got one question for you." I'm like, "Oh, shit." "Yes, sir. What's that?" He says, "What are y'all waiting for? I've never seen her this happy," and smiled from ear to ear. And we got married the next weekend after her daddy said, "I need to marry his daughter." So I did.
Nice. That's not very often. You get the blessing like that right off the bat.
So, and I got out of the military. Jana was a computer science person.
Oh, wow. Right on that first wave, huh?
She, when we were married, she had an office inside of NORAD in the mountain.
Whoa.
Wow. So she's the one that taught you how to use the early stages of Pro Tools and all that stuff?
No, I figured all that shit out on my own.
No, nice.
I've done everything that I've done to this point in time. The only thing that you will find about me on paper is an A+ certification. No degrees, nothing. I figured it all out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But anyhow, Jana bankrolled the first recording of Looking for Answers in 1993, and it was a shit studio, and it was a horrible recording, and I made a few tapes and gave them to family and friends, and then went, yeah, I'm going to redo that some point.
That's what you do, man. I mean, the first one's, it's what you do.
But, then that gave me the bug, and Jana and I went through a divorce, a very ugly one. I had to file bankruptcy on $115,000 and didn't have shit to show for it because she knew what she was doing and I didn't.
But you, so when did the country music switch happen? Because before you said it wasn't country, but then you got out of the Army and then you did.
I wrote a country song. I did. The country came along once I got to Oklahoma and started hearing red dirt kind of flavor.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
but that twangy bullshit, no, I don't know, man. It's got to have a pulse or I ain't about it.
You know, it's like with country music, man, it's like they write about what they experience and the shit they see, and you probably seen some shit, experienced some shit. So when you write that and put that on paper, it just kind of comes out as a country song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Because I did a lot of drinking back in the day. I was a functional alcoholic when I turned 21. I had a 2-bedroom apartment with a walk-in pantry, and that was my liquor closet. I went through a fifth of Jack Daniels every other day during the week, and one on Saturday and one on Sunday. It got to the point that I got sick.
Praise the Lord.
I got sick of, I don't remember what I got sick, but I didn't feel like drinking that night. I just like, man, my stomach, I just can't even. So I went to bed sober for the first time in a long time. And when I woke up the next morning and looked in the mirror without a hangover for the first time in a long time, I did not like the man looking back at me. So I fixed it.
Good for you, man.
Fucking
Good for
A,
climbing
man.
out of that hole. Yeah.
Nice.
I mean,
Not a lot of guys can.
to this day, a party night for me is I'm having 3 mixed drinks or maybe 4 beers. I mean, I'm just not.
Well, it's cool
yeah.
that you didn't have to quit cold turkey. Like some of these guys are like, if you're drinking, I can't be there. The fact
Yeah.
that you can still drink and have that self-control,
Yeah.
that's everything in moderation.
Yeah.
It's like that Dylan Stewart song, everything in moderation.
Yeah.
If you're
Allegedly.
If you're
Allegedly.
going to do dumb shit, be smart about it so you live longer to do more dumb shit.
Exactly.
That's how I live my life, man.
Yeah, that's a good motto to have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, then, so you went through the divorce and I assume at this point, what, 94, 95, something like that?
Right around 95.
And then
I
you
answered-
started recording more, or
No, I answered that. God, I hadn't thought about this in forever. This ain't even on paper anywhere. So Jan and I were going through a divorce. I wasn't happy with the Mickey Mouse bullshit that came out of the studio. I thought, well, damn it, I'm just need to get in a band. That's what I need to do. And you guys have witnessed my, what did I say, mediocre at best guitar playing.
was it mediocre at best, or was it
No, it was
meddling?
No, it was something with an M, and it was.
On a good day, I'm a mediocre rhythm player.
There you go. Yeah, we'll just go with that. Yeah,
It was
On a good
middling
d-
at best or something.
Yeah.
middling. Yeah, or
Yeah. So,
meddling.
Meddling at
Meddling.
best.
Medling's not a word. Meddling.
so with the level of
don't know what I'm
expertise
talking about.
We don't know
that
what
you
the
guys
fuck
have
we're
witnessed, me either. It's going to be a good show. But I actually answered an ad for a rhythm guitar player in the Colorado Springs paper. I thought, I hope nobody else shows up because that's the only way in hell they're going to hire me as a guitar player.
Oh, so you were up in Colorado at this point?
Yeah, I was still in Colorado. So I got out of the Army in Colorado Springs. So I answered this ad, and it was a female artist, and they had the whole band put together. She had a manager. Had rented a practice space. I mean,
Oh, it was the whole shebang.
it was a whole shebang.
It was Fergie.
So so I show up, and I was the only
Madonna.
damn guitar player that showed up. So I got the gig. They already had 2, but they just wanted a filler.
Wow,
they-
that's awesome.
They were doing some of that dueling guitar solo stuff.
cool,
on their
yeah,
Stuff like
yeah.
it was the Allman Brothers used to do that stuff.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Skinner
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah, I
you know.
want to Skinner some of my shit up. We'll get
Yeah.
into that when we get back in the studio. But
Yeah, well, Thin Lizzy, some of that shit.
so we were working on her songs, and she was real late to practice one day, and I saw my opportunity, so I stepped over to the microphone and I said, "Just warm up while we're waiting on her," and lit into some Southern rock and some blues stuff. When she showed up, she was fired, and I was the new lead singer of that band. And
Damn.
And it eventually became.
You just got Tom Diamond, bitch.
Tom
Right?
really do got that dog in him.
Um,
Shit.
And he fired her, hired me as the lead singer, and the band's name became the Tom E. Outlaw Band.
Fucking A, man. Hell yeah.
That's badass.
So, and then
Tommy Outlaw Band.
Yep, and then we started going way more toward. And that was when the Colorado thing, the what was that?
Battle of the Bands?
Battle of the Bands. That was Tommy Outlaw that won that.
Shit.
And then I had Dan. Dan, I really wish I could remember your name, and I hope like hell you hear this podcast there, buddy. So
Spread it to Dan.
yeah, spread it to Dan in Colorado Springs, circa late 90s.
Send it to him online, man.
Yes, sir. If I could find him, I will. I am that asshole. So back in the day, he who owns the PA runs the band when you're playing live, at least back then.
Honestly, it's kind of the same way now. If you're
Okay.
playing, bring your own PA stuff.
So if you
that-
don't like it, then fuck it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
if that guy's like, I'm not going there,
Yeah.
what are you going to do? You can't.
So Dan was the lead guitar player, and he owned all the PA equipment. So you know that lead singers and guitar players usually don't get along. 2 egomaniacs just don't do well together,
Mhm.
generally speaking, if they can get in tune. Dan and I were not in tune, and we had this big. After we won the Battle of the Bands, I remember what pissed him off.
Which Battle of the Bands were big back then, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're not what they are now.
Yeah,
Like, that was big shit.
but I think we're going to I think the OCMA is going to try to bring some of that shit back, but we'll get into that.
Hell
too.
yeah.
Cool.
But anyhow,
Yeah, you got into it with Dan.
got into it with Dan. We're doing that Battle of the Bands show.
Mm-hmm.
We come back to take our break, and Dan comes up to me and he says, "We've got record people in the audience. You don't need to be drinking on stage." And the drinking on stage I was doing is people buy me a damn Budweiser, and if you buy me a beer when I'm on stage, it's not going to affect me to the point that I can't do my job. You bet your ass I'm going to sip on it and drink it.
It's common courtesy.
Yeah.
You got to drink it.
Well,
And
it's not like you're slamming them or anything.
No, and you're up there sweating your ass off anyway.
You
So
need to
I mean,
hydrate, man.
yeah, and loosen up a little. Well, anyway, Dan said this shit to me, and I was like, okay. And we went back up, and I started the next set by saying that I'd been told that I drink too much on stage. And this dude comes parting ways through the crowd with a fucking pitcher of beer and holds it up. And I drank that entire pitcher of beer during that second set. So we had a meeting. Dan called a meeting. This shit ain't going to work, by God, blah, blah, blah. So we're sitting in Denny's or some such shit. IHOP, I don't remember, having our official band meeting. And Dan...
That's where the good shit happens, man.
And,
What the fuck is up, Denny's?
Waffle House, that shit, man.
we're gonna
I've always
Waffle House
said,
it.
man, we need to have like the United Nation meetings in a Waffle House.
You get some good shit done.
You know, you do.
And you can be as big an asshole as you want to be. I kind of prove that.
Because you know those line cooks will whoop your ass if you get out of line.
Yeah.
If they don't have a cigarette hanging, if they don't
That's
have a
what I'm
Pall
saying.
Mall in their ear.
They're just going off some Newports, brother, for about 24 hours.
If they don't have
so.
a Pall Mall blue short in their ear when I walk in, those eggs are going to be ass.
Yeah, that ain't a good one. It needs a little ash in there.
Yeah.
Right. So Dan commences. I don't remember exactly what all he said, but I remember the day, the paragraph of conversation that the band died in. And Dan was telling me this, that, and the other thing. He knew this and this, that, and the other thing. And damn it, he'd been doing this shit for 20 years. And I cut him off. I said, you know what, Dan, you're right. You have been doing this shit a hell of a lot longer than I have been. But you know what? You're still doing the same shit you were doing 20 years ago. So maybe you don't know what the fuck you're doing after all, huh? And you could have heard a pin drop when I said that. And that was the end of the band.
Shit, man. When you guys got... You know, that's a weird thing because it's like... He says record labels are in the crowd. Well, shit, man, you had bands around the time like Skinner and shit. Like, all those fucking bands were doing that shit.
Yeah.
There's bands
But also,
canceling shows because they were drunk.
Wouldn't a record label want to sign you because they like you, not because you're like somebody, or you know that you're pretending to be somebody you're not?
Well,
or whatever. You figure those guys would be able to see through that shit, you know?
Well, I mean, there's
man, fuck you, Dan.
There's
my homies hate Dan.
Yeah. Fuck you, Dan.
Gets to you
right here.
Colorado Springs,
sit
you
and
son
spin.
of a bitch.
Sit and spin.
Pound sand.
Pound sand, yeah.
Pound sand, Dan.
You're the only guy that said that other than my dad. My dad tells me to go pound sand all the time.
So, in pretty short order, the band was reincarnated without Dan. And it became Flat Nasty, a blues and southern rock band.
Flat Nasty.
Hell,
That's fucking
yeah,
awesome.
dude.
Flat Nasty.
That's an album name, dude.
We wrote dirty last verses to several songs, like "Knocking on Heaven's Door" became "Knockers on Heaven's Door."
Nice.
Got them knockers on
Knockers on them. They dragged behind her on the floor. I mean, it was just nasty shit. It was funny. The crowd ate it up. But
I love that shit, man.
But they started taking that a little bit too far. And when I left Flat Nasty and they kept on playing, they were very, very popular with the motorcycle club community. And the fact that I've now spent a decade in a motorcycle club, the fact that I'm talking about it, just kind of the oddity of it, if you will, in my opinion. But, yeah, now I can really say that was a bad idea even on that side of things. But their motto was Flat Nasty, fuck, fight, or dance, we don't care which. And they meant that shit.
That's some great T-shirts, man.
Yeah, it was great marketing, but they meant that shit, and it wasn't long before they couldn't get a gig anymore because the place always got wrecked because of a bunch of dumb idiots in the damn place, you know?
Shit.
So they weren't fucking or dancing, they were fighting.
Yeah, there's a lot of fighting and breaking shit going on. I'm sure there was a few stall babies made, but no, it's none of my business.
And if Stall Babies, if you're listening, right into this podcast.
Right into the you need to follow. We'll be talking about you frequently because
I was a stall baby.
I was a stall baby.
1997.
Yeah.
But then I moved to went through the divorce with the divorce of Jana and moved back to Oklahoma. And I learned a little bit about how to become more, and I don't want to use the term official, but it's like Priscilla and I were talking about the award stuff. She says, "What's the purpose of winning these awards?" And it's really what I told her is it's padding your resume. It's proving that you're serious about it. You're more serious about the music than you are the money, because the only way you win awards at this level is to do charity events, get on the Opry circuit. I mean, we've got bands out there beating it down 4 and 5 nights a week. That's one way to go about it, but that's always been the way to go about it. So,
yeah, it's a good way to get burnout too.
it is. It is. I mean,
I feel like very few bands actually make it out of that.
yeah, they do. Well, I mean,
There's a certain level of like respect and cutting your teeth like that, but after a while, you got to have.
I mean, yeah, how
I feel
long is
like-
that even slightly sustainable?
I feel like a
you
lot of
know?
those guys get used to that. They get used to.
they get used to the party mode, and I'm not gonna name the artist, but he's very popular around here. Yeah, I'm not even gonna get any more detail than that because I kind of like this guy, and from what I understand, he's pulled his head out of his ass.
But it's a little more,
Well, this
go up
is
to the next level kind of deal.
this is a next level stopper, and I've seen it happen so many times, and everybody sees it happen just in their daily lives, people's normal careers or whatever. I mean, you take that and you put it into the fact that you're on stage as a performer. Reality falls to the wayside real fast if you start getting popular. I mean, I've kind of experienced that. That's Champagne Taste is about the girl I was dating when I opened for Clint Black because, well, listen to the song, you'll understand. But it's a hard lesson learned. But there's this one artist that recently lost his record deal. He finally got a record label to give him a shot to put him to the next level. And my understanding is he was so fucked up on stage that he hopped off stage and beat up a guy for not standing up. He was so shithoused he didn't realize the guy was a cripple.
Fuck.
Needless to say,
That's
he lost
fucked.
his record deal.
Yeah.
It's hard to defend that one.
It is.
There's not an allegedly in there.
There's not an allegedly.
No.
The only allegedly is I didn't see it with my eyes. I've just heard about it, and I have not seen this man yet. I have partied with him in years past.
That's tough, man.
He parties. I knew back then he partied way harder than I'm interested in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the whole doing. If you're going to do dumb shit, be smart about it.
Right.
No. Yeah. No.
Not smart.
Not
no.
so much. And
So then you moved back to Oklahoma and you started you start playing again? Obviously.
I honestly, and this is kind of the rank structure put in military terms I see in music in Oklahoma these days. I started off by finding out where the good karaoke bars were. The one that the people can, because back, I don't know how it is now because I don't do that shit anymore, but hats off to those of you that do. Because back then, there were certain bars, certain nights of the week that people would go to because bad singers get heckled off stage.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean everybody was a rock star or anything, but it was enjoyable. If you were a decent singer, you went there, and that's where you started making your connections. What's going on around here? You guys playing with a band? Where the bands hang out? Networking, that kind of shit.
I think that's still pretty prevalent today, I mean, you can get a lot of, I think the internet has made it easier to just
but a lot of
communicate
flakes.
with people.
A lot of flakes.
But yeah, that separates the real people from actually going, the people who actually go,
Right.
And
Right.
showcase what they got and talk to different people.
And everybody just says still, I see this shit running by Reddit pages all the time of like, where can I meet musicians? Where can
Right.
And people, they always say, dude, this question's been asked so many times before. Just go to shows.
Yeah, you're overthinking it.
Just go
You're
to
just
shows.
overthinking it.
There isn't a clubhouse. There isn't,
There's not a mailing list.
There's not
yet.
a parking lot where everybody goes and hangs out and shit. It's just you got to go to shows.
Yeah, you just got to go talk. That's what we found out, man. Is like in most people, once you genuinely talk to them and just are a decent human being,
Yeah.
they're going to open up and they'll be cool.
Yeah.
You know, they'll be ready to help you out. And,
Odds are they're there for the same
know?
reason.
Right.
You know?
And everybody brings something different to the table
yeah,
in any organization. And I'm looking at music as an organization. So I got on the karaoke circuit, if you will. I hosted karaoke for a while after I got out of the service to supplement my income to get through the divorce. So
hell yeah,
I got
one way or another, baby,
right?
it gets done.
Damn, I ain't even thought about that in a long time either. A lot of dirty laundry. All right, so
Airing it all out, man.
So I got on that circuit, and then I kind of came across a man by the name of Scott Howard, and Scott Howard was the president of the Oklahoma Country Music Association back then. And Scott kind of, the same time I met Scott Howard, and it was like the perfect storm of meeting people. And I couldn't tell you exactly how I pulled it off because I don't bloody well know. I really don't. But Scott had, the OCMA had a lot to do with it. Tracy Thomas, which in my opinion back in the late 90s was the voice of KXY. She, the reason I am standing here today with a 1998 P publication on a compact disc of stuff that I wrote is because of the education that Tracy helped give me about copyright law and things of that nature before the internet came along. Yes, I'm that old.
A lot of guys got fucked over back then, man.
Yep, and they wanted to, between Tracy Thomas, Scott Howard, the people at the Oklahoma Opry, the people at the Oklahoma Country Music Singers Association. I met them. Actually, Jan and Danny that started the CMSA, they were very pivotal in me meeting Tracy Thomas and getting ready for the Oklahoma Opry. And then I went down to I was on the Best of the Johnny High show in 98, I think it was, or something like that. So it was just a whirlwind. And doing the Opry circuit, focusing on the awards and doing and just getting back in the studio and alleviating having to deal with the band, which has always been the bane of my existence because I'm a jackass.
Man, bands are hard to. They're a marriage, man.
Yeah,
You're
is.
married to
It's
5
hard,
fucking
man.
dudes.
It's hard.
But no, I mean, I won the, once it started here, it just kept going. I won Male Entertainer of the Year, Male Vocalist of the Year. The crown jewel, though, was I won the North America Country Music Association Internationals Award for Best New Country Songwriter. And I didn't realize when I won it that was a worldwide organization. That was a big damn deal to win that award.
It's awesome, man.
Hell yeah.
So, moved to Nashville.
We moved to Nashville around, what, 2000?
2000.
Yeah.
2000. I won the Oklahoma Opry Award in 1998. I'll touch on this real quick, too. I hope I can. I've got it on VHS, but I hope.
What's that? I was kidding.
Stick with me, kid. I'll show you a few things. But during the a little bit of trivia for you. So Grant Leftwich back then, he's the one that started the Oklahoma Opry, and I knew Grant. He was a funny guy. And Grant was always telling people that it's when Garth Brooks first started going a little, when they had to start paying him to show up to put his name on shit, when he started getting that frame of mind.
Oh, nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody started going, all right, he's sold out.
King Turtle Shit Mountain.
So he always told everybody, and it was the truth, that Garth Brooks could never pass an audition to get on the Oklahoma Opry. Grant would never let Garth Brooks on the Opry.
Really?
Yeah. He smelled him as a rat right off the bat, I guess. I don't know. Grant never went into it, but I'm sure it's going to get fact-checked, but Grant told me that Garth auditioned. Grant wouldn't let him on, and Garth just kept picking up speed. Just said, piss on it. I don't need that anyway. Well, in 1998, Brian White won the Horizon Award in 1996. I won it in 1998, and what's on that VHS tape is during my acceptance speech, since Grant was always telling everybody that Garth never got on that stage, and I cover a lot of Garth stuff used to in the live show. So, and Toby was already picking on Garth. That was already going on, and I was looking to get to Nashville, get on the label, and get involved in the fun. So, during my acceptance speech, I said something along the lines of, and to think that I just won an Horizon Award on a stage that Garth Brooks could never even sing on. And Grant's eyes got big as dinner plates backstage, and I walked. The crowd laughed. They'd lost it. They thought it was funny as hell. But I come walking off stage, and Grant goes, "Tom, you can't be saying stuff like that on stage." And he looked like he was pissed, but his eyes were smiling. And after he fussed at me, he started giggling to himself. So he wasn't too upset about it. So I hope I can get my hands on a digital copy of that.
Well, did you ever hear anything from that? Did that ever
Oh, well,
ever
so
come back around?
after I got to Nashville, the song in question, okay. So when I opened for Clint Black and Tanya Tucker, first ever Country Fest in 1998, there were 15,000 people in the crowd. They flew a professional band in from Nashville to back me as an artist. The bass player in that band had a good friend that worked at Major Bob Publishing in Nashville, Tennessee, which was Garth Brooks' publishing house back in the day. So we did Redneck Romeo and Champagne Taste, the two songs that I've already got published. And a CD went to Nashville to this lady. I emailed her the digital files. And she submitted them to Garth to be on Sevens. Well, actually, they were both submitted, and neither one of them made the record, and I was told that Champagne Taste was the only one that they liked. They didn't like Redneck Romeo. It was too much for Mr. Brooks, I guess. I don't know. I'm sorry, Mr. Brooks. But
Sorry, Garth.
sorry, Garth. Not sorry.
Where's the bodies at?
Right? That's what I want to know. Yeah. What do you
Get
get?
back on it.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah. So anyhow, so start playing phone tag with this lady on the phone, and she says, she tells me, she says, "Well, you got anything else?" I said, "Well, hell, I gave you two, and you only liked one of them. I'm trying to wait until I got something I think you're going to like to up my odds." She said, "Son, I wish some of the people we paid to write for us had a 50% batting average. What the hell else you got you're working on right now?" I said, "Well, I've got a few things I've farted around with, but I really hadn't planned on going. I wanted to see where this went before I spent any more money back in the studio and figure out what's really going on." So I was going broke $1 at a time, handing CDs out every time I had an install, working for Covad Communication, building the internet under Nashville. Part of the reason I know some of the stuff I know about doing stuff online. But anyway, so I'd never seen this woman yet, and I said, "Well, we're talking." And I said, "Well, I can schedule a long lunch today and come by and we'll actually sit down and talk." Cool. She gives me the address and says, "We'll have to buzz you in." Okay. So I get to Major Bob Publishing and they buzz me in, and everybody in Nashville is in the music business. I figure this lady's a file clerk or some, janitor or whatever. And I asked the lady at the front, I said, "I'm here to see such and such." And she says, "Oh yeah, go right there around that corner. That's her office." "Oh, okay." I ran the corner into this office, and this was a house that they'd turned into a publishing house, and those like late 1800s Victorian style big dining rooms with the double doors, pocket doors. That was this woman's office. And behind the ridiculously beautiful desk was a wall of gold and platinum Garth Brooks albums. She was one of his head publicists that I'd been bullshitting with on the phone. And we're chit-chatting back and forth and this and that. And I said, "Okay, I'll see what, I can come up with. I do have some ideas." And we're basically just shooting the shit because we'd talked so much on the phone at that time. We're just bullshitting kind of like we are right now. And I remember looking at her and going, I don't remember what we were talking about, but I said, "I kind of need to get back to work anyway. And is it okay if I call you on the phone? Because," and I waved my hand at all that wall behind her and said, "All that shit back there is a little distracting. I'm having a hard time thinking right now." But, and then I was on Carl P. and the P team, and I'll get you guys the audio on that. You can monkey with that too. Yeah.
So then then fast forward to, you kind of dropped out.
2002.
Kind of dropped out, kind of quit it.
Yeah, in 2002, Red Akins, I don't remember if it was 2000, 2001, but somewhere right around in there, Red Akins had that big hit, That Ain't My Truck. And so in 2002, I go to a songwriter's night at Denim and Diamonds in Nashville, and there's maybe 40 people in this huge bar because it's the middle of the week and it's songwriter's night, and nobody wants to hear that shit. So songwriters night's over, and I go sit down at the bar next to Rhett, and we have a few adult beverages, and he starts telling me about a conversation that he was having with Charlie Daniels and that he'd lost his record deal. And then back in my mind, I'm like, this is Rhett fucking Akins sitting here, man. He made it. He had a deal. He was all over the damn radio, you know, and what? So he said that conversation he was having with Charlie Daniels was Charlie asked him if he wanted to sign another record deal with the big labels in Nashville and do the music that they wanted him to do, or if he wanted to come out and use Charlie's studio and record what he wanted to and release his own damn album. And Rhett's manager kept coming over and talking to him, and he wasn't exactly being quiet about his finances. He was not a happy man at that point in life. And sitting there listening to all of that and this and working my tech job, I probably had more money in the bank right then than Rhett Akins did. And I could go to Walmart to buy diapers for my kids, and nobody knew who the hell I was. I walked out of Denim and Diamonds that night and out of music. I was singing 5 nights a week at a place called Nashville Nights in Nashville, Tennessee. I quit the job there, and literally turned off the radio in 2002 and did not turn it back on until 4 or 5 months ago. And quite frankly, it's shocking to me that the same shit's on country radio now that was 25 years ago. I mean, if you guys have been waiting on me, I'm back.
So now that you're back, because you've got a man, Tom, you got a bunch of shit going on.
Man, it's kind of funny. It's been a wild ride. You know, I used to joke around, and I just decided to get back into this less than 6 months ago because VA retired me. Said I was unemployable as of December of last year, and so I can't work anymore. I thought, well, and actually my friend Wade Price said that retirement's the time to get back into something that you used to love to do that you just didn't have time for. Well, music, hello.
Yeah.
So I got back into music, and we were talking during break about my technical experience helping build the internet in Nashville. And so I applied my 30 years of tech knowledge to music, messed around and started Dark Horse Records, my record label. And while all that was going on, and I was making phone calls and visiting all the old places, I discovered really fast that a lot of the people around town that run things these days were around back then and remembered me. So things snowballed fast. I got the backing of some of the board members from the Oklahoma Opry and people involved with the North American Country Music Association International to become the new president of the Oklahoma Country Music Association. The OCMA was started in 1973 by Bob Wood. I did enough research on Bob Wood. I actually knew him not very well. He'd already shut down Woodside Studios by the time I came around in the late 90s and handed it off to Scott Howard. But Bob he played a part in, people's careers like, those unknown artists like Vince Gill and people of that nature.
Oh, yeah.
I never heard of him.
Yeah, right. So, and I didn't find out that Bob Wood started it until I agreed to be the new president of it. And once I started reading about Bob and really finding out what he did, I got some big boots to try to fill. So, the mission of the OCMA back then, Bob Wood had the LCD Music, he had Woodside Productions. So he was a one-stop shop to get it all done in the analog days. So, yeah, I've had a lot of stuff kind of come my way, and Bicentennial Productions out here, Bicentennial Studios.
Hell yeah.
Big hats off to them because
thank you, sir.
Thank y'all.
Anytime.
They are here because they love the music, not because they're going to try to squeeze every penny out of an artist that they can. That's just not how
that's very true.
I mean, corporate greed's kind of got the country who it is right now, and that's a whole other podcast.
If our murder bathroom says anything about us,
Yeah. One day we'll get that hot water leak.
It'll be fine.
At Priscilla.
We might have to write a song about that and take donations. But
Venmo for the murder bathroom.
So as being president of the OCMA, it kind of works really well along with Dark Horse Records, because Dark Horse Records is a not-for-profit record label. And I've got global distribution on the two things that I've already got put out. Now, the two songs that are out right now, any and all money that ever is made for that will go to the Guitarists for Veterans program, starting with the Oklahoma Opry chapter. I mean, that is henceforth.
That's awesome, man.
The next album I'm going to come out with, called Resurrection, it is all going to be dedicated to homeless veterans. And when I say homeless veterans, I'm not pointing in a direction and saying all this money's going southeast. The man's name is Tate Spoonham. I've known Tate and watched him for 10 years. The man spends every waking moment doing what he can to help homeless veterans. He hand carves pins and sells them and uses the money to buy toiletries for veterans that get temporary housing. I've tried to do stuff with Tate over the years, charity stuff, and it seems like something always just fell apart. Well, Resurrection is always going to go to homeless veterans, and Tate will be the man driving it. And once he gets his homeless community here in Oklahoma built, then if he wants to point it somewhere else, do with it what you want, as long as I know his heart's in the right place. So,
what a dude.
Yeah.
And then
shout out to Tate, man.
Tate's a good guy. And for I told you guys earlier that I'm glad that this studio is about singer-songwriters, because I've got to write, in addition to Resurrection, there's going to be a single released. And the inspiration for that, Tate has got he's scheduling a meeting for me with a female formerly homeless veteran that he's helped. And she's written a poem about her experience as a homeless veteran female. So I'm supposed to sit down with her at some point and if she'll let me, have a copy of that poem, but I at least want to hear it and talk to her. But that's going to be, as songwriters, we're kind of emotional people when we get in our heads and our hearts and start trying to,
sometimes
put that stuff out. That's going to be a lot of power, man. I can't. I want as many people involved in that as possible.
Right on. That's
And
fantastic, man. So, I mean, you got OCMA stuff going on. You got Dark Horse Records going on. You got all your nonprofit stuff going on. You got
so you're not retired,
now.
man.
Huh?
You're not retired.
You just found a whole nother job. Yeah, that's all.
Shh. Don't tell nobody.
You just can't make any money at this one.
Oh, and that's another thing that Dark Horse Records kind of falls into the whole the idea behind the OCMA is, since I can't make any money at this, I am going to when it's set up, the final setup is done. When Resurrection comes out, there will be an account that Tate has access to that all the money will go into. All I'll ever see is the reports. That's it.
Nice.
And I will publicly publish those reports, which will show everybody interested in the music industry what the overhead looks like. Where's the distribution going on this stuff? I mean, I'm doing it all for charity. Might as well educate people along the way, That's kind of what the OCMA was founded for. I mean, my first day out in the studio, I brought my first artist for Dark Horse Records with me and asked her to play, and she's getting credit for that music she played on that tune today.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
So
I think it's great what you. It takes a village, and it takes
does.
a lot of knowledge, which you have, over
Connections
decades
too,
of,
man.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's copyright, anything involving distribution, and it tends to be overlooked by a lot of people in their music journeys, especially even someone who may kind of have it, who may kind of have it done. They're playing a lot. They make okay money. They have multiple songs out. I mean, at that point, it may just be as simple as them uploading it to, like CD Baby or DistroKid,
Yeah.
but they don't realize what it is they're missing out on.
yeah.
Those little fine details. I mean, it's like we talked about earlier. The whole music, or the industry for music, is is all about the fine details.
Mhm.
And it's all about the little written down stuff in those terms and conditions that people don't necessarily read. And that could mean missing out on money. That could mean missing out on audience members, potential audiences, potential new fans.
There's so much, and AI is a double-edged sword. I'll openly admit that, and I'll just leave that for there. But there's one thing that I'm pretty sure they're doing AI with that I saw on one of the services, like we were talking about earlier. I mean, you got to go 25 damn places to set up your artist page after you publish, and then good luck tying all that shit together.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one of them, a service that I signed up with, and I don't remember if it probably was CD Baby, because CD Baby is a lot more money grubber oriented than
Some of the other ones, yeah.
Than the other ones are that I've seen anyway. But I have to upload the words to the songs, and this is where I'm going to really push the fact that Redneck Romeo is actually copywritten in 1996. It was just published in 98. And there's some kind of analytics they run in the background for phrasing and terms in songs. And so I could be way off base on this, but from a high pass overview, if I was the first person, especially to name a song Redneck Romeo in 1996, and that's what's on file with the Library of Congress, then any time Redneck Romeo has been used in a song since then, I get a little slice of the pie.
Right.
And there's a lot. Get on Pandora and search for Redneck Romeo and look at the ridiculous amount of shit that shows up.
Yeah, I bet it's insane, man.
I bet mine don't yet, but we'll actually it probably does at this point.
What's the what's the next step, man? What's the next journey?
The next journey.
Well, you're already technically on the next journey.
Yeah.
But where's and there's not really a destination per se, but it's more like hitting milestones. What's that next milestone that you're aiming to hit?
The next milestone is going to be getting my badonkadonk back in the studio out here with y'all. And the next is going to be, I don't know what, and I think me and you talked about this a little bit. I don't know exactly what Resurrection is going to look like. Because Resurrection, I picked that as an album title because this is the resurrection of the singer-songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not the me show either. So I'm pretty sure that Priscilla and I are going to write a song that end up going to be a duet on Resurrection.
That'll be cool.
And there is a bunch of B-side stuff out there that never got pushed on the radio that those songwriters need to get paid. Well, if I think I'd sound decent singing them and you guys want to record them, we'll do that too. I mean,
I'll record you doing anything, man.
I appreciate that. I really do. But like the Leonard Skinner boys, I mean, the modern Leonard Skinner, the Van Zants, they've got a lot of good shit, man, that you just can't find because they ain't working for the MCA no more.
Mm-hmm.
If Van Zant ever hears about me and wants me to publish his shit, guess what? There's gonna be some new Skinnered out.
Man, that sucks, dude. Because there is a lot of like artists that still have their shit on the shelf that they can't have access to.
They don't know a nerd like me.
That's fucking crazy, man.
That's the only thing that sets me apart. Like you're saying, it's websites and shit these days. You just know if you know where to look for the bottom.
Yeah, but it's like it's
getting access to those final masters and stuff from the record. You know, because some of these guys cut this shit in the 90s and stuff.
Yeah.
They don't have a WAV file,
right? But also, it's just knowledge.
Mine was a MWA. I originally launched with it wasn't CD Baby. It was the other one I can't remember.
DistroKid.
I launched with DistroKid, and I uploaded WMA files or like at 144 or the highest setting you could do back then. And they processed them and published them. CD Baby said, "Fuck you. We want WAV files." And what
hell is this?
144 they wanted at or some shit like that.
Yeah.
It was it was like 192 WMAs. They told me to go pound sand up my ass. They wasn't using that.
All right, well.
Dude.
Man, that's just awesome. I think because so what people can find, just that they're looking you up, they're searching for you. What do they need to specifically type into the
easiest
face crack?
Face crack. It's tom.jawbone.diamond. Search on face crack, you'll find me there. I'm a goofy looking guy in the glasses with the bald head, the tattoos, and the cigar and a booze in his hand. That's me. So, my artist name is Jawbone, and there's a lot of story behind that we won't get into. But
We got to save some more for the other podcast.
Podcasts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Podcasts.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
enunciate that.
So I'm looking into an RV. No, I'm just kidding. No, but
and they can find Dark Horse Records at
the best place to find it, because like you were talking about, there's so much shit on social media. You got to get linked together. The jump off point currently is Facebook, the tom.jawbone.diamond. That's my actual personal page. I've been on there since 2007. If you're social media fluent, all you're going to have to do is poke around a little bit, and you're going to find Jawbone Industries, which was my tech company that I had. I mean, everything that I'm doing for Dark Horse Records, I already had built for Jawbone Industries. I just changed the mission. That's all I did. And Dark Horse Records, that's where it exists, is on Facebook. And I've got enough followers and published enough stuff at this point. They automatically set up an artist page that I'm still trying to get figured out. So, but tom.jawbone.diamond or Jawbone Diamond is also a term that formerly Twitter X came up with. That's one of my meta tags. But right now, just going to Facebook's the best thing. Eventually, there'll be a website up because I own a web hosting service too, and all this other Mickey Mouse shit.
Got to get it all. It's even more for you to do on your days off. Yeah,
it's like I was telling Priscilla, that I'm still figuring this shit out as I go. I'm watching the data flow, because that's all this is data flow, seeing where it all goes. And I do understand enough about the meta tags that I've got this thing wired right now. So if I use a certain # tag that I found, my minimum audience for that post is potentially 240 million people. The top is 288, which is pretty much the whole United States of America. And we got a election coming up next year.
Nice.
Sick, man. Yeah. So you got some plans.
The circus is coming to town, and y'all are along for the ride.
For better or for worse.
There ain't gonna be. The worst is over, man. What I'm gonna do is I look at Oliver Anthony as the voice of America, and as a veteran and a songwriter, it breaks my heart that man has lost faith in this country. So my personal mission is to throw a party for America with music. And I'm going to publish. I've written some crying your beer shit, like Looking for Answers. That's not exactly a happy song.
Right.
So, but as a songwriter, I've got to finish what I've already started if I can before I write new stuff. But generally speaking, I want to throw a house party for America. I want to cheer up America. I want Oliver Anthony to play something that I had a hand in. Doesn't have to be something my ass is singing. But at some point down the road, I want that man to turn on the radio, quote unquote, which is the internet these days, and get a little pep back in his step.
Yeah.
Put some hope back in that man's life. If we can do that, everything else is gravy, man. It's all gravy. That's the mission. I want to give America hope because I love this country.
Hell fucking yeah.
My family served this country since John C. served with General George Washington during the American Revolution, and was one of the first veterans to ever get a stipend of land to thank him for his service to the newly founded United States of America. And that's why the homeless veteran thing is the first rattle out of the box with me, man. I'm just trying to do for our veterans of music what John C. did with his blood, sweat, and tears.
Hell yeah.
Give you a place to call home. That's it.
Hell yeah. Dude. Fuck yeah. All right. So everybody go and check out Tom's all the Jawbone shit he's got going on, man. We'll release this if you're listening to it, it'll just be a few more hours till we release the episode, but we'll release it here soon, and I hope you go check it out, stream it, watch it, listen to it, do all that cool stuff, and give Jawbone a shout.
And I am accepting all friend requests at this point. So if you want, if you really want to be, I'm not on FaceCrack very much these days because all this shit going on and good stuff, I should say. But anyhow, if you want to be in the loop, there's some fun shenanigans going on. There's some picture clues hidden on social media, like why I've got every right to mess with Garth Brooks, and I'm going to start that on my next album. Where's the bodies, Garth?
Is renewed.
Where's the bodies? But yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun, guys. I thank you guys so much for having me out. And
thanks for coming out, man.
The circus is coming to town. The party's about to start. So thank you.
All right.
Again.
And with that, we wrap up another episode of the Spark and Plug Talks. Thank you guys for tuning in. And this is Dylan signing off.
This is Aaron.
And this is Jawbone.
Peace.
Jawbone.